Good morning. I want to talk today about how we show up for one another, how we are being love in our communities and particularly our close-knit circle, that set first and second ring of our relationships. Um, do you know how your friends really are? I remember when I was going through some very, very difficult times, I called my two very best friends and there was no answer. And I left a message for my children and told them how much I loved them and how much I cared for them, which is not an uncommon thing for me to do. But something in that energy of that message triggered them, and they all three, connected with me. And I left a message for the man I had been in relationship with and just basically said, look, I'm in a rough space. I'm not making it through this one. I heard from my children. I didn't hear from anybody else. I think that's very poignant because that was my innermost circle at that time. At this time, I know the man I'm seeing, if I sent a message like that, I'm pretty sure he might show up at my door. What the hell do you think you're saying? You're not making it through. But I would tell you, you have to have people in your world who you know are there for you in the times when you are struggling. And I had a friend recently who went through a physical trauma, and more people showed up than he believed cared about him. A week prior to this physical injury, he would have counted 2, maybe 3 people that he thought gave any concern for his well-being. Now he has a abundance of gratitude because he thinks, wow, I didn't realize so many people cared for me. Now, the challenge then is, why is that true? Why is it true when you have a physical trauma, everybody in the world comes to your rescue? Oh, there's a death in the family, let me make a meal. Oh, there's this, let me do that. Oh, you had a car accident, let me. Why is it as human beings, when there's something tangible, physical, that we can show up for one another, but when somebody says, I'm hurting, okay, well, let me know if you need anything. They just told you they were hurting. They just told you they need something. What's wrong with us? You're not being loved at that moment. It's uncomfortable. It's comfortable to say, here's a meal. It's comfortable to send $50 or DoorDash or whatever to help somebody with a physical need. When they step up and say, I am hurting, now you're called to a higher level of consciousness. You're called to be love, to be kind, to be love, to be more than the physical. You're called to be present. Sometimes all you have to do is sit there and listen while they just dump all the yuck that's within them. Hold space. It's uncomfortable. You can't fix it. You can't do anything about it. Women are a little better at that than men. For men, it's incredibly uncomfortable because you want to fix it. You are action-oriented. Let me do something about this. But you can't except sit there and hold space. How can we become better? How can we shift this paradigm? How can we be love? And that's the question. And that's the thing that I come to you today and say, how can you be love? How can you think more today around being a being of love, shifting the energies away from just fixing everything, and if I can't fix it, ignoring it, into a space of how can I just be present? How can I hear you? How can I encourage you that tomorrow will be a better day? How can I hold space? How can I be kind and compassionate and just give you room to process? Those are my thoughts today.